Morning, Mr. Stone. The man nodded. Coffee? The pilot took the bottle, held it for the Negro to uncork, and drank slowly. Mighty bad weather, sir. Yes, Jack. That was all. The door opened again. Wind fanned through the enclosed bridge. The Negro fought his way back toward the galley. He went from there by a companionway to look at the baby. He stood over it for a while, shaking his head. At 11 o'clock the wind died. A patch of blue appeared in the clouds, and their color changed from purple-black to gray and white. At noon, the sun shone. Stone rang to the engine room, and the man who had been there joined him. Take the wheel, Mr. McCobb. The Scotsman complied. He bit his downturned pipe and glanced occasionally at his employer. Stone shot the sun and scrawled on a board. 4 points east, he said. At 2, he came up from a visit to the infant and took the wheel. You can go, Mr. McCobb. An expanding of the lips that was not a smile came on Stone's face when he saw the island. It was, at first, little different from the waves on the remote water, the summit of a blue and vegetated hill, a lost, mist-hung oasis in the desert of the ocean. The baby slept. The Negro made sandwiches. The Scot sat dully by his engine. From the sea, the island emerged. It presented a narrow promontory, but the rise of hills inland indicated that it was of considerable extent. Immense evergreens grew upon it, interspersed with palms. Its coastline, which the Falcon presently skirted, was rocky and precipitous. The water around it was blue, brilliantly blue beneath a sun now hot and white. Stone steered in shirt sleeves. His eyes followed the coast. He signaled for half speed. In the engine room, the Scotsman jumped at the jangle of the bells. Half speed meant what? A caprice of the ship's master? Danger? He did not think of land. In that latitude, no one thought of land. Stone swung toward an indentation. When he seemed on the verge of colliding with the rocky shore, he swung again. The outbent greenery almost touched the decks of the yacht. In a moment, a broad and long harbor opened before the entering vessel. It was a wild, natural, unpopulated expanse of water. A green bird came as an escort from the forest and sat upon the bulwarks. The bell jangled for full speed. The Falcon gathered momentum, and its course was toward a golden beach. There was no expression in Stone's irrevocable eyes. When he was 5 boat lengths from the shore, he summoned the engineer to the speaking tube. On deck, McCobb. We're going aground. We've only a few seconds. The interval of plate-glass water between ship and shore diminished. When the Falcon hit, part of her bottom went out. Deep furrows of sand turned up on both sides of the bow. Stone was pressed against the wheel. The splintering crash shook boughs in the jungle and echoed from crystalline escarpments on the hills. The baby was thrust against the head of its padded crib, and it woke, crying. Steam began to issue from broken pipes with a velvety roar, and water rushed into the boiler room. McCobb had gained the deck in time to discover the yacht in full motion across an unexpected harbor. He saw the oncoming shore and braced himself. After the shock, he lit his pipe and stared methodically at all parts of the unsalvageable wreck that had been the Falcon. Then he walked to the bridge. Stone was gazing at the island, with his arms spread in exultation. The mold of his long mood had been scorched away. He was like a crusader who stood at last before the walls of Jerusalem. McCobb regarded him attentively, breathlessly. He knew that the beaching of the Falcon represented the attainment of a goal for the ship's master.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.